Check one, two, check one, two, check one, two. What is up, guys? You're also your boy Kagi, back at it again with a new video. And in this video, I bring you Ronin and Axie Infinity. Is Axie Infinity dead? Is the Ronin network dead? Now, there's a big difference between the Ronin network and the Axie Infinity ecosystem. Now, Axie Infinity is an ecosystem, a game under the Ronin network. I know in the market, it's perceived as if they're the same, and they're not the same. They're by the same team, but they're not the same. And I think that's a big mistake by the team, in my honest opinion, to have this like too correlated, almost like a synonym. If you think about Ronin, you think about Axie, because Ronin network in reality is the backbone for many other games down the line that have nothing to do with Axie. If you guys want to support this channel, make sure you go to your account settings and use the creator code JUICE. Now let's get started with this video. All right, for the people that don't understand what Axie Infinity is and the Ronin network is, I'm actually going to explain it very, very simple. So right here we got the Ronin network. The Ronin network is basically a blockchain, a ledger, a notebook where all the transactions go on. Basically, you can verify that a transaction is true and who owns what, right? It's that simple. It's literally that simple. Now, under the Ronin network, you got the Axie Infinity ecosystem. You got the Axie Infinity game. Now, under the Axie Infinity game, there's going to be many other little games or bigger games than the base game. But the point is that there's going to be many of these games. Some are going to be made by the same Axie Infinity devs, and some are going to be made by community members that kind of want to use the IP to make a game, right? So all those tools are going to be provided by Axie Infinity. So Axie Infinity is under the Ronin network because it uses the Ronin network to verify all the transaction, buying and selling, etc., etc. Very, very simple, right? Now, in the future, there's going to be other games under the Ronin ecosystem. Right here, there's going to be other games that have nothing to do with Axie. And whether they act as Axie, I don't think so. You know, this kind of like Nintendo-like feel that Axie is trying to get, I don't think every game or every company or every studio is going to be able to achieve that. But the point is that there's going to be other games under the Ronin ecosystem, and therefore that's going to bring more value into the Ronin chain. And like I said at the beginning of this video, right now when people think about Ronin chain, they think about Axie. When they think about Axie, they think about Ronin, and it's kind of like the same thing. It's almost like they're synonyms, but in reality they're completely different products. The same team that created the Ronin chain is the same team that is creating Axie Infinity. So right now people feel like it's the same product, and it's really not the same product. In the future, it's going to be another team right here, and then another team right here, etc., right? So same thing under the Axie Infinity ecosystem itself. There's going to be one team here, another team here, using the IP, and maybe there's a game, right, other games by the same team. But the point is that this is how the ecosystem is going to look in the future, right? Now, right here, we got the Axie Infinity launcher. As you can see, we got the first game that they released, we got the second game, and we're going to get a third game. And I think there's two more games down the pipeline that are not made by the same team, and in reality, they should be here. They should be advertising it here in this hub. Now, let's get to the meat of things. Is Axie Infinity dead? I don't think Axie Infinity is going to die. The Axie Infinity community is actually very strong. Right now, the Axie Infinity community is very, very small compared to what it was before, but it's still a strong community. It's a cult-like community. Now, I won't be a cult-like member of the Axie Infinity community. I kind of was in the past, but I'm not gonna be that person anymore. I want to be, you know, when I see something wrong, then I call it out. When I see something I like, then I call it out as well, right? Some negatives, some positives, kind of do as I please. I'm not gonna be this, you know, soldier for Axie Infinity like that. No, I'm gonna play it the way I see it, right? That's the way I want to be part of this. And if I can't be part of Axie Infinity in that capacity, then basically I'm not gonna be part of it, and that's it. Like, whatever, dude. But is this game as a game strong enough to keep pushing the Axie Infinity brand forward? I personally don't think so. I think this is a card game, in my opinion, very, very boring. They do have esports, and you know what? The Juice team is actually not against, you know, hiring some pros to play under the Juice team if the esports keeps growing, because it's actually growing. It's actually growing little by little, right? But I don't think this is good enough of a game to, you know, keep pushing the IP forward, in my opinion. Now, the Axie Infinity team thinks differently. They actually love their game. I don't know why, but you know, in my opinion, this is not it. Now, right here, this is the base game. It's basically a card game, and they have really nice sounds and very nice, you know, animations and stuff like that. But in reality, it's just not it. This matches take forever, first of all, and second, it's a card game. Cards are kind of boring. Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody watches that. There might be a lot of players, and maybe they're going for that. you know, but you want people to stream it. You want people to do content around this. You want people to be, you know, uploading clip. What am I going to upload? A clip of me like, oh my God, I killed this. Like, nah, man, you know, it's just not content oriented. You could do content kind of explaining what are the best builds. There's many things that you can do content around, but I don't think live content and reaction is that good. Now, one of the conflicts of interest that the Ronin network has and Axie Infinity, right? There's a conflict because it's the same team that created this. They don't want another game to come in and be better than them, than their own game. It's almost like a pride, you know? It's a pride thing, but that also stifling the growth of Ronin network. You know, any game right now, any game can come in and be better than Axie. Not necessarily better community or bigger community, but they're just better games. And if a game comes into the Ronin network, it's probably going to be better than Axie, like right off the bat. So there's a conflict there where they want to have a chain, and then on top of that, they want their game to be the number one. And it's like, nah, bro, like, if you allow another game, it's most likely going to be better than yours. And that's stifling the growth of Ronin because they want their game to be the one. But no, you got to allow an FPS, shooters, you got to allow an MMORPG. Those games are just going to grab those players from Axie Infinity, and they're going to go over there to those games. Now, this is a perfect example of a game that is being made by another developer using the Axie Infinity IP. Now, this game, by just the looks better than the base game of Axie Infinity. That is my opinion, and I stand by that opinion. Now, the game itself also looks like it could be funner than Axie Infinity. This is going to be a MOBA. So maybe we can go here and find some clips. Now, this is very early. So you're going to be able to use your Axies in this game as well. So you can see this is a MOBA. And this is probably even better for esports. For esports, this can take Axie to the next level. Really, it really can. This is esports kind of material right here, right? And also, it's way more fun, in my opinion, for streaming and for everything. Now, the same kind of thing is happening where they don't necessarily want this game to be better than their base game. So there's a conflict there. There's a conflict. You can feel it, that there's a conflict there. They don't want this game to be better than their own game. And I just think they just have to let go. They have to let go. They have to let the ecosystem flourish. Now, let me give you a few more reasons why Axie Infinity is not going to die and why the Ronin network is also not going to die, right? Now, we got Jatsui right here from Animoka Brands. If you guys don't know Animoka Brands, one of the biggest investors in Web3. These people are worth billions of dollars. They invest in everything and anything that has to do with Web3 games, apps, you know, organizations, all kinds of stuff. So right here, you see Jatsui kind of talking about Axie Infinity and the hack and, you know, all the hostility that has come after that hack. And obviously, he's talking from an investor perspective. He's kind of seen how people are reacting to all of this. But people don't really know. He doesn't really know how people felt for the past 7 months before the hack happened. The hack was basically what broke the glass in reality. But many little things were happening. Now, that doesn't mean that we go and treat the team unfair. I think that at this point, it's like, that's it. Like, you know, you said your piece. I said my piece on Twitter. I said many things on Twitter. And some things I want to take back, but I'm not going to take them back. It is what it is. It is what it is. These people are backing up Axie Infinity. They've been backing Axie Infinity up for the longest, way before 2020. I think they were the first ones to invest in Axie as a company back in like 2019. I think it was Hashed and also Animoka Brands, I think. I'm not really sure. But anyways, the point is that these people are very powerful in the Web3 ecosystem, Web3 community. And when they say something, it has weight. It has a lot of weight. So there you can see that you got a multi-billion-dollar company backing up Sky Mavis, which is the team behind Ronin Network and Axie Infinity. And that's good. That's a good thing. You know, it's just too strong. They have too many connections and too strong of a community. They're not only with players, but also investors, right? They have a pretty decent and strong community. Now, that is it. Animoka Brands stands behind Axie Infinity. Big brand. Now, we got CC Binance. CC Binance also backing Axie Infinity. He is the CEO of Binance, and he has backed Axie Infinity over and over again. Now, if we go right here when the hack happened, Binance CEO says Axie Infinity handled its crisis better than Terra with UST DPEG. So basically, he has praised Axie Infinity many, many times. This is not the only time. Many times after that, he praised Axie Infinity and kind of helped them navigate in this, turmoil that happened with the hack, right? So Axie Infinity is being backed by Binance 100%. And as a matter of fact, I think Binance is going to be probably one of the next validators for the Ronin network. Now, as you guys can see right here, Google Cloud is actually a validator for the Ronin network. So that's big. That's actually pretty big. So if we go to the validators right here, we got pretty big names right here. We got Google, of course. We got Nansen. We got Yield Guild Games, which is, big support of Axie Infinity. We got Coco Bear. He's an investor, but this guy, has been saving Axie Infinity for forever, for the past 4 years, like saving the market. He's a savior. We got Animoka Brands again. And yeah, we're going to have more validators for sure. And we're probably going to see Binance out here. We're probably going to see Binance and probably a few more big names that are going to help secure the network so that the $600 million hack does not happen again. Now, in my opinion, if they make a mistake of that magnitude again, they're dead. But they gotta be careful because the eyes are on them. And people are giving them trust again. Even myself, I put money into the Ronin network. Maybe I'll keep adding little by little. Maybe I'll keep adding. But I don't want to add the way I added before. I had like $1 million in Axie Infinity. I did pull out when the Russia thing happened, right? And I actually lost money. I lost like 100K in reality. And this is a good price, in my opinion, to get in. 25 cents, 20 cents, maybe goes down to 15 cents. Who knows? I'm not quite sure. But I think this is investor prices. And my guess is that all these investors, big names like Animoka, like Google, they probably got the Ronin token at 10 cents. They probably got that token at 10 cents or even less. After the hack, they probably got a good deal on the Ronin token. But, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. As a regular user, buying at 25 cents, 20 cents, maybe these people are at 4x, 5x, maybe 10x, maybe. I don't know. But I think for regular users, 25 cents, 20 cents, that's a steal, right? It's still a steal because they're really backed up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my rant about Axie Infinity. This is the first time I do a video like this. It's kind of clickbaity, but fuck it, who cares? Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you use juice code in the Axie Infinity marketplace. And I'll see you guys next video with other games and stuff like that. Peace.